Hey everyone, in this video I am going to do test 4 for the New York State Relationship and Biodiversity Lab, where I'm going to use the process of or the technique chromatography to separate plant pigments from each of the 4 plant species that we have in an effort to try to identify one that is related to Botanicurus. So on this piece of chromatography paper, you can see that I have placed a drop of plant extract for Botanicurus, species X, species Y, and species Z. And what I'm going to do is put this chromatography paper in a beaker of water, and the water is going to travel up this paper and separate the pigments in the extract from each of the plants. So I will show you how that works out in just a second. I want to show you first, though, that I drew a line here. That's a starting point for each of the pigments, so they all have an even amount of time to separate. But at the same time, I'm also using that so that I don't put the drop of extract underneath the water, because that would mess up the results. So that line is a little bit higher than the amount of water that I have here in my beaker. So I will place that in there and set it for a few minutes, and you will see that the water starts traveling up the paper like a liquid goes through a wick, and it's going to take the extract with it. Each of the pigments is going to essentially be deposited in the paper at a different time depending upon the weight of that particular pigment. Whatever molecules that make up that particular pigment will separate out. So I will let it set for about 5 minutes, and then you shall see the results. All right, the results of our chromatography experiment are just about done. Take it out of the beaker, and what you can see is that Botanicurus had 3 colors, a red, yellow, and blue. Species X also had 3 colors, red, yellow, and blue. Species Y only had yellow and blue, and then species Z had the red, yellow, and blue as well. So there are our results. I'll give you a close-up of that. We can see that, Botanicurus is related to species X and Z, but not Y, based on the results of this experiment. All right.